What is going on, people of YouTube? It's your boy M Lee, the hobby collector, and I'm here to give you guys an unboxing slash overview of the LG model number 29UM57 with an aspect ratio of 21:9 with a resolution of 2560 by 1080p monitor. As you can see, it's an IPS monitor and it's also compatible with your MacBook if you have a display port, the HDMI port dongle, or if you got the up-to-date Mac. The up-to-date Macs have HDMI ports up on them. This monitor also comes with an option for game mode, but we'll touch more on that later inside the unboxing. But first off, let's talk about the cosmetics of the monitor. This monitor is a very clean looking monitor. The back is very glossy. Don't know why you would need a glossy back on your monitor, but hey, you got a glossy back on your monitor, you know, being a sexy back. It also has a glossy front bezel at the bottom, and then also almost looks like it has one of those, you know, almost invisible bezels until you turn it on. It has a hidden bezel, you know, like built into the screen, you know what I mean? But with the screen off, it has like this thin line bezel around it without you seeing the other bezel that's actually, you know, the bezel. Now the foot and the neck that holds up the monitor is plastic, but it's also glossy and, you know, strong enough to hold up the monitor. The monitor isn't that heavy at all, but it does have a decent weight to it. Also, the monitor is able to be tilted up and down. I didn't even notice that at first until I was messing around with it. This monitor also comes with an HDMI cable and everything you need to connect the foot to the screen. You know, it's not really too much of nothing that you need, except for if you will need your own Phillips screwdriver to screw in 2 screws. And the monitor also comes with some software for you to download onto your PC or your Mac, so you can utilize the 4-screen split or the 2-screen split, you know, on your monitor, which I did not do any presentation or demonstration of. Instead, I decided to do demonstrations of things that you guys really want to see as far as what you're going to be using it for, as far as gaming. I tried to do some movie watching, but I was having some issues with my own personal issues with my software, my movie software on my PC, and I also did some testing as far as editing. So let's briefly talk about the resolution of the monitor. Is it higher than 1080p? No, it isn't. It's still 1080p, you know, 1080 vertical lines, vertical pixels times 2560 horizontal pixels. So you may be thinking, well, that's higher than 1920, right? So it's higher than 1080p. Well, this is a stretched out monitor, so instead of them taking a 1080p screen, 1920 by 1080p, and making it super wide, which will distort the image, they added more pixels in there, so you're actually getting more of the image on the screen. So as I talk more about this monitor, I'll be popping up gameplay of Half-Life 2 on PC, which is one of my favorite games of all time. Also The Witcher 3, which is an up-to-date game, to give you guys a look at how up-to-date games run on it. Also, I hooked up my Xbox One up to it inside this video, and also I hooked up my Mac to it inside this video, which I'll give more detail about what I was doing inside that video. And I also opened up Sony Vegas editing software on my desktop. If you're a movie lover, you're a movie watcher, you love watching movies on your PC, you got an external Blu-ray player or an internal Blu-ray player on your desktop, and you love watching movies, this monitor is for you. With the 21:9 aspect ratio, you don't have to worry about, well, most of the time you don't have to worry about the borders on the top and bottom of the screen. The reason why you get that inside movie theaters and movies when you watch it at home and stuff like that, the 2 little black bars at the top and bottom, is because movies are shot at a 21:9 aspect ratio or something different than 16:9. Most TVs are made, or all TVs are actually made 16:9 aspect ratio, and of course the old school TVs, you know, standard definition is made 3:4 or 4:3, one of those. And so what is that for the people that don't understand nothing about what's coming out my mouth? That's pretty much, to put it inside super simple terms, that's the size and shape of the square of the screen. Put it like that. So 21:9 is a super wide, you know, 21:9, and 16:9 is your regular widescreen HD TV. So if you love watching movies on your PC, this is definitely for you. If you are a gamer like myself and you play a lot on your PC, especially RTS games and first-person shooters and, you know, racing games, what have you, this monitor is definitely for you. As I say again, the 21:9 aspect ratio is just amazing. Instead of having 2 monitors side by side, you have one monitor that's nice and wide for you right there in front of your face. It is an amazing gaming experience. But like Linus has said inside his video, he has said, well, you can buy 3 monitors at the same price and have a more immersive experience with the 3 monitors. You know, buy a 1080p monitor, like 15-inch three of those for $100 each, and you're pretty much paying the same price or a little bit cheaper. Or you can just buy two monitors if you're just doing multitasking with this in particular monitor, and you can save about $150. Another thing, not only am I a movie watcher, not only am I a gamer, but if you do video editing on your desktop PC, on your desktop Mac, even on your MacBook, if you are any kind of photo editor, video editor, this is most definitely a must-have. So already it's like a win-win-win situation. I love movies, I'm a gamer, and I'm a huge editor. I stay editing something. So to have a monitor like this that allows me to see a lot of my editing track without sliding, the scroll bar over and over, so I can see all my editing track and stuff like that. You can see like 35 to 50% more of your editing track, and just more stuff you can see, with this wide monitor when you're editing. Whether it's Photoshop, Sony Vegas, Final Cut Pro, whether even it's a music software, any software running up on this bad boy is going to give you more screen real estate, allow you to see way more than what you would normally see on a 16:9 monitor. So here's a demonstration of my MacBook Pro 15-inch 2011 hooked up via DisplayPort to HDMI, running through this monitor with Final Cut Pro displayed on the monitor. As you can see, I'm using a functionality that allows you to be able to drag any window or windows from your Mac up to your monitor. And also, as you can see, I have two black bars on each side, but even with the two black bars, I'm still able to get a couple more inches of just being able to see more of my editor. And the reason for the two black bars is because inside this in particular setup, it doesn't allow you to utilize the full 2560 by 1080 aspect ratio or the 21:9 aspect ratio of the monitor with using this setup. But even so, you still get, like I said, a couple inches more of being able to see your editor, seeing what you're doing versus having it on your regular monitor. Also, if you're watching anything that's just regular 1920 by 1080p 16:9 content on this monitor, you're gonna have the two black bars. But even with that, you still get like a 22 or 23 inch screen size when you're viewing it at anything at 1080p. So as you can see, when I had my Xbox One hooked up to it, which is a 1080p console, I had the two black bars. I also zoomed into the screen to show you how clear the screen is. Now the screen isn't blowing anything out the water as far as clarity and sharpness and super good black levels, but it does completely hold its own. It does a very good job at what it does. It's not slacking in any area, but this is no 1440p monitor, it's no 4K monitor, it's no OLED screen. So as far as that is concerned, it can't hold a toe to that. But as far as what it does with the 2560 by 1080p screen real estate and stuff like that, it does a very good job at what it does. Right out the box, without even adjusting anything, colors and everything looks real good, and text is very, very easy to read up on this monitor. You don't have these little distortion, like pixely looking stuff around the text and stuff like some monitors and some TV screens have. This is very easy to read. You can even read stuff from far away. It's so damn clear. So let's touch on game mode. Now, any monitor, any TV that has the option for game mode means that it's going to degrade the quality of the screen overall, and that's the reason why it's an option. Because if it didn't degrade the quality, then it wouldn't be an option. It'd just be something that's in there without it being a turn off, turn on type thing. With game mode on, they say that it gives you more response time, input lag, it degrades, it lowers that and everything. But even with that turned off, I noticed that there's really not really much lag that I see. I don't know. I don't see no difference between the game mode being on and game mode being off. But what I do see a difference from the game mode being on and game mode being off is that, yes, and the game I noticed it in was Tomb Raider. When I had Tomb Raider booted up, which I don't get a demonstration of, 'cause I did that off screen, but when I had Tomb Raider booted up with game mode on, it did kind of look kind of blurry a little bit, like it looks ever so slightly blurry. But for the average consumer, they're not going to see the difference, especially those people that can't even see the difference or claim they can't see the difference between standard definition and high definition. The last thing I want to talk about is the actual, inputs, the buttons. There's only one button, but it's like a button and an analog stick or an analog nub, at the same time, and I'm surprised I found it and learned how to use it without even looking at the directions. 'Cause I think 75% of the people would have to look at the directions to figure out how the hell do I use this little thing, or where do I even find it at. I found it under the LG logo. I just was filling up under the TV, wondering if there's any buttons or where the buttons are at. And I felt like this little button thing, and I pressed it, and that's how you turn on the TV. And then in order to change the options, either you press it in or you move it to either side, because it's like an analog stick. So you move it to the side or something like that, and it brings up this 4-directional menu thing. And once it brings up that 4-directional thing, you move to wherever you want to go to. Like you move up to go to one thing, or move to the right to go to the other thing. And I thought it was kind of like wonky and stuff like that at first, but then once you after a day, you get used to it, and you actually be moving. It's actually, for some reason, it actually seemed like it'd go faster than these regular buttons, but yeah, man, it does what it does. I can't really complain about it, because it works. It's different, but it works. Now, another thing I found out that you can do, which is way more quicker, from moving your editing software, like your Final Cut Pro software, from your PC monitor back to your Mac, or from your Mac back to your PC monitor. If you go up to the top right and you click on a little icon to collapse the window, it automatically shoots right down to your MacBook Pro. And then if you go back up to that and click on the open expand window icon thing, it pops right back up to your PC monitor. That's way faster than dragging it up and down. Because when you drag it back down to your MacBook, you actually got to scale it back smaller, because it's going to be way wider than what your MacBook can see. And then once you drag it back up to your PC monitor, you got to scale it back wide again. Now, the only issues I had with this monitor, or the only issue I had, which is one with this monitor so far, it may be due to my graphics card, but my graphics card have never done this when I had this hooked up to my 46-inch 3D TV or my projector, my Altoma projector. But on this monitor, when I'm playing a game and I have it inside the pause menu, it does this little distortion flicker every 30 to 20 seconds. It does this distorted flicker real quick for 1 second or 2 seconds. I think that has more to do with the graphics card than the monitor itself. It only does that inside games, inside the pause menu, or inside the menus of a game or something like that, or inside a menu where there's not really nothing going on the screen. I still think it's not the monitor itself. I still think it's the graphics card running the 2560 by 1080 resolution. It's not hard to run that resolution at all. The Witcher 3, I only lost about 5 frames per second running that game at 2560 by 1080, so it's not really a hard resolution to run. I just think it's the aspect ratio or something like that, or something to do with the maybe the VSync or something. That's the setting inside the game, or anything like that. I don't know, but I don't think it's necessarily the monitor, because it'd be doing it all the time. Then when I have my Xbox One hooked up to the monitor, inside the menus and stuff, inside the pause menu, didn't do anything. No flickering, no distortion, no nothing. Now, as far as numbers, which I didn't mention, this is a 5 millisecond monitor. Now, I don't know if that's 5 milliseconds with game mode on or off, but like I said, with game mode off, it feels like, it feels fast. It feels like it could be 5 milliseconds with the game mode off. So 5 milliseconds is super low, even 7 milliseconds, but anything higher than 5 milliseconds for a true gamer, they're going to see the difference. It's going to be kind of hard to play. But gaming, movies, editing, web browsing, multitasking, this is the monitor for you. It looks clean, looks sharp, looks crisp, nice colors, decent settings, decent design. Is the price tag worth it? In my opinion, yes, it is, given the fact that I'm utilizing it across all those in particular things. But if you're a multitasker only, you do a lot of spreadsheets, that's all you do is multitask, office type work, you're better off getting 2 monitors, 2 15-inch monitors or 2 19-inch monitors, putting them side by side, saving $150 just by buying 2 monitors for $100 each. So as you can see, I got this monitor for $299 plus tax, and also plus a $25 return/replacement policy or warranty. I had to get that because Best Buy's return policy is horrible. 15 days, even if it's still unopened, as long as you brought it, you have 15 days. So that's why I don't shop at Best Buys. I shop online, preferably Amazon.com, to get all my tech. But I decided to go to Best Buys that day, because I know Best Buy sell a lot of PC monitors and all kind of stuff like that, and I can see it in person before I order it online. And also, if they have a sale inside store, I can pick up one right there inside the store. And actually, this monitor, should I say, was on sale, $50 off, because on Amazon.com it was $350 instead of $300. So either way it goes, I saved money. Anyways, it's been your boy M Lee, the Hobby Collector. Thank you guys for watching this unboxing / overview of the LG 29-inch 29UM57 monitor. If you love this, if you like this video, subscribe. And if you really want to see me get bigger and do more videos like this on a regular basis, like this video and share it so I can get even more bigger, so I can start getting seen more, so I can get, you know, sponsored and get people sending me their tech, so I can do more tech unboxing overviews instead of just only doing tech unboxing overviews of stuff that I brought for myself. I can start doing them on a regular basis of just different tech that's coming out. So with that said, man, it's been your boy M Lee, the Hobby Collector. Check out my channel for all kind of other different videos that I do, and I'm out. Peace.